Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and we're going to preview some upcoming work that I have in my shop and look at some of the ones that I've recently received in, and give you an idea about which ones will become videos and which ones you can look forward to. So I'm going to go back for a moment. I previewed this a while ago. They've been sitting kind of on the side in my shop because, well, we got very busy with the spring reel tune-ups and repairs, and I haven't had a chance to get to these, but I will be getting to these this week. And these are South Bend reels. I have 3 of them. I have they're all the 930s, I'm sorry, the 880s, and 2 of them are stuck. That one's stuck, this one's going, but the odd thing about it is that the axle shaft does not move up and down. So we can backpedal that and you'll see, well, we're just kind of flopping around here, and when it goes to the bottom it locks in. So that's a problem. And then I have one that's not in as good cosmetic condition, but the only thing missing on this one is the handle. So my challenge here is to get 2 out of the 3. Ideally what I would do is I would like to get the better cosmetics, so maybe we will use this as the donor reel. And we're going to take these apart, and we'll do a little bit on our series about why fishing reels fail. And we'll see what's going on with the 2 reels that have locked up. So that's on the agenda for this week. And I also just got in a beautiful Garcia Kingfisher. And this one is the GK74. It's got that German silvering. It's a gorgeous reel, very big. It's a 4.0 sized reel. And it's spinning very nice and easily, but you know, this one's going to be one of those, let's go figure out how to tune this one up, because I haven't been inside of it, and see if we can't get that one out there fishing again. Well, we've also received a couple of these by mail, and the next box comes in from Russell in Austin, Texas, and let's see what's on the agenda here. I had a lot of folks drop reels off the last week or so, and of course that kind of corresponds with the breakout of our spring season, everybody getting ready for the boats in the water and everything, and that's going to be a piece of it. All right, well, Russell's packed nicely in burlap bags, and let's see what we have in here. Well, the first one up is a Mitchell. It's the 400 series. It's the 410. So I believe, yeah, we have a new bail spring on here. Something going wrong with the bail spring. So we'll get underneath that one, see if we can't help him. And I think that's all that's there. Yep, there's a 410 Mitchell in this box and a whole bunch of nice little burlap bags. So we will certainly get on that one. Now the 410's bail spring should be set the same way as the other bail springs on Mitchell's, and I have done a series on how to set the bail springs there, so depending on if I have the time, I may or may not go ahead and do that video. If you want to see that, please let me know in the comment section. If I can't find the video that matches up to your bail spring, well, I'll see if I can do that. Well, the next one is kind of deja vu all over again. This is Scott from the West Coast. Scott has been finding some remarkable flea market finds, and we've got yet another group in here. So let's see what we got. Let's see which ones may make it to video, and let's see what Scott has found. You know, flea markets are a great way to find fishing reels that are relatively inexpensive, and certainly you can find a lot of classics there, and Scott has been having his luck out there on the West Coast. I believe he goes to the Rose Bowl flea market in Pasadena, and he sends them to me to see if, to see if I can't make sure that they're working properly. And of course, it's also about just getting these reels a second chance. So here's a 302 Mitchell saltwater reel. It's got a bail issue, so it says. Now, a lot of times on this 302, it's all because of this pin getting stuck. This has a little bit of a different firing mechanism. You'll see that there's a pin that comes through and rests in there. And we're going to push that pin in Well, it's still not firing, so that says that the spring was probably set incorrectly. And again, I think just like with that 410, I think I've done a spring set on the Mitchell 302. And let's see, everything else, well, we know one thing. We know that the bail is riding too low because it's hitting the handle. That's pretty obvious, but if we can get by that. The rest of the reel seems to be doing what the reel should be doing. So we'll tune that up. We'll fix that bail issue. We'll get that reel back to Scott. Well, he's got one of the reels that certainly we see a lot of here on the Mid-Atlantic seaboard. This is the Penn Jigmaster. This is an American-made one. It says so right there, made in Philadelphia, USA. And he's got a tag on here. It says it's original. Just looking for the regular service on that. We've got the line tied off, so it's a little bit tough to test that. But we will take care of this one. Those are beauties if you can find them. I highly recommend that you go make the purchase. And they're still relatively inexpensive and can be had for under $50. And to me, they're a much better value than the newer ones that are coming out of China. Well, here's one that's the Pflueger Rocket. I like this as a reel. We're missing the little cap here for the bearing adjuster. When you're evaluating the older reels for purchase, turn the reel upside down like this and look at that worm gear and see if that worm gear is driving. Well, this one is not driving. So we've got a couple of issues with this. We're missing the clutch lever to release the spool. Looks like we have a stuck clicker maybe. I'm going to turn it this way. Well, we're driving now, so it will drive the worm gear. So you need a button on this side, and you need the clutch lever on this side. Those are going to be kind of hard to find. We'll see what we can do. Well, here's a fun one. This one looks like the one that everybody has grown up around. This is the old plastic 202 spinning wheel, the Zebco ZB, and we may just do this one for fun. I think these are the 60s type reel. Everybody's kind of grown up doing it. And somebody jammed this one up where it's not working, so maybe that's a good project for us. We'll have to see. But right now that one's not working, and the box is probably worth more than the reel at this point. Who knows? But here's a big Penn Spinfisher, probably the 8500 maybe. This is a 750 SS. Beautiful reel. These reels are still worth as much or more than they were when they were new. Just a gorgeous reel all around. I have this one in my library. You can hear again, there's a point that this is hitting the bail right there. And that's because the bail is bent out of shape. So normally what has to happen is you need to take this bail wire and move it up. And that's usually simply as simple as this, just putting pressure onto the bail wire to push that up. And you will get that off the handle and restore the functionality of that. Well, here's a big leverage handle. So what is that coming with? Well, this looks like the 6.0 or the 9.0 Senator. This is the 6.0 Senator with a leveraged handle. Spins nicely, so this one's probably just going to be a good old cleanup and get that back. Scott was kind enough to send me in another box some 9.0s and a 12.0 Senator. So I've got my work cut out for me in those Senators. Well, staying with the Penn line, looks like he bought a lot of pens this time around. This is the Penn 65. It's the Long Beach 65. And the 65 differs from the 60 in that it has the narrower frame. And in this case, it is just tarnished. Looks like everything else. Oh, looks like the drag washers are kind of worn on this. But otherwise, should be in good condition. We'll certainly be able to clean that one up. And finally, we have a high-speed Jigmaster. This would be the 506 maybe. 505 high-speed. Yeah, it's got the normal corrosion. I may be able to have some replacement bars, get rid of that old stuff, and keep this reel looking nice. This is the ball bearing edition of the reel. If you have an opportunity to get this one, go get this one. You can cast a mile for this when those ball bearings are properly synchronized and serviced. Nice reel all around, and I like this of all of the Jigmasters. This is probably my favorite Jigmaster. So there you go. We've got a group of reels here from Scott. All of those are flea market finds, and they come with my observation that if you have a flea market near you that is selling reels, by all means take the time to go and find what is out there, and see if you can augment your collection or find some reels to take fishing in the upcoming season. Well, here's one that was brought in to me. It actually came with two. It's a fellow that freshwater fishes around here. It's an older one. This is a Berkeley 440. It's a nice little reel. This one competed with Mitchell, and it's got the old noise, but it works. And that's probably the most important thing when you start looking at an older reel is, does it work? It certainly tells the story with the paint missing. I don't recommend repainting reels. I like to leave these reels just as they are. Let them show a little bit of their history. What do you want to call it? A character mark? I don't know. But we told the fellow we would go clean that up for him. And here's another one. I believe this one is from the 90s. This is a Okuma reel. This is an early bait caster. You can kind of see as they were moving away from metal plates over into the graphite and the plastic plates that designs kind of became interesting. And this one is a reel probably from the 90s. And let's just test it. Seems to be working. So a lot of dirt on it. You can tell it's probably been sitting in a shed or some other place. There's all kinds of grease and dirt and dust and the like, but everything on it seems to be functioning. This one says it was made in Korea. I can't see a model number. It's kind of all worn off here, but that would make sense. And we're going to just see if we can't put this together and get these two out there for the upcoming bass and trout seasons. So those are the items that I have this week, and I encourage all of you to please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Make sure that you hit that notification button so that you can see when I post these videos. And if you have a reel that was shown today that you would like to see as a video where I don't plan one, please leave that in the comment section, and I'll see if I can accommodate that with this busy schedule. And finally, to all of our first responders and essential personnel, thank you for everything it is that you're doing. We really do appreciate your help, assistance, and support during the pandemic. And to all, please stay safe, stay well, and stay watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.